we'll do that when the time is right.
It's too early for talks with Chinese leadership about the 2 Canadians detained in China, says Prime Minister Justin Trudeau.
Right now we are going through the various channels to engage. It's always easier to keep it from escalating too much by focusing on official to official, ambassador to ambassador, minister to minister, and then once you've worked your way through this, you get to a place where it's leader to leader.
It's an arguably softer tone than the one taken by the United States.
The unlawful detention of 2 Canadian citizens is unacceptable. They ought to be returned.
Former Canadian diplomat Michael Kovrig and Alberta entrepreneur Michael Spavor have been detained by China on national security grounds. They were jailed this week, days after the RCMP arrested the CFO of Chinese tech giant Huawei, Meng Wanzhou, at the request of their American counterparts who want to bring her to the U.S. to face fraud charges. Trudeau says he'll take up the issue with China when the time is right, as he predicts consequences for Canada now caught between 2 elephants in the middle of a messy trade war with which we have no control over, but could become collateral damage.
It's obvious that any time the world's 2 largest economies are engaged in what is increasingly looking like an acrimonious trade war, there are going to be unintended consequences to the global economy and to other countries like Canada.
That's speculation.
But even amid a deteriorating political situation between the 2 nations, the public safety minister wouldn't directly say if Canada will ban Huawei from its 5G network, only that the government will continue to protect Canadian targets from malicious activity we could be facing from China.
To make sure that Canadians are winners on both accounts, in terms of the advantages of the technology, but also in terms of their personal safety and security. And we will spare no effort to make sure that security is provided.
As for the fate of the 2 Canadians in trouble in China, officials moved quickly to establish a meeting with Kovrig and are doing the same to get a meeting with Spavor.